All right, here we go. Talking about creating a double bar graph that illustrates differences in species richness or the number of organisms. So I'm going to use red and green is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put a red under there. So this difference between species richness or the number of organisms, species diversity, that's the number of species. All right, between populations A and B. So we need to label our axes. We have to title our graph appropriately. We need to include a key or a legend. Obviously, I got the color, so I got to make a legend. And we got to use a ruler when constructing the bars, and I got a ruler right there. And if you don't have an actual ruler, use like the side of a box or something like that. Like make it so the thing looks straight line or has straight lines. All right. So my highest number here you can see is 160. So on my graph, I'm going to go up to 160, and I'm going to count by tens. All right. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And you guys can skip like I'm skipping, so that way it's not as incredibly, kind of crammed in there. So you can see I'm skipping every two lines, and that's where I'm putting the labels. 140. Now 160 is my top, but I'm going to go above it just to make it so I'm not going all the way to the top of the numbers. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I got 20, 40, 60. I got basically, I'm counting by tens all the way up to 180. All right, my label for my y-axis, okay, is just simply going to be the total number because we're creating two bar graphs. Okay, we're doing one for the number of organisms and one for the number of species. Okay, now our x-axis, okay, this is going to be populations. All right, so what I chose for mine, I went with organisms being my red color. All right, so that's what I'm going to do first. So total number of organisms in population A is 160. Okay, so I'm going to start over here. So I'm going to start, I'll put it right there. So I need to go up to 160, which is here. So I'll get my ruler out so I can actually make a straight line. Okay. Now I'm going to make it 2 boxes thick just because I like it to be able to see it a little bit easier. Okay. And I'll do a quick little shading. On yours, I expect it to be filled in better. I'm just trying to go a little bit faster for the video's sake. Okay. So now I got to do number of species. You can see for me, that should say 23. It's not 203, it's 23. All right, so 23 would be probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like right about there. Okay, so this is a short one, so I'm not going to use my ruler. Color it in. Okay, now I need to label stuff. Even though I have a label, oh, I'm barely on the screen, sorry. Even though I have my x-axis label, I need to label what these are. Okay, so this here, I'm going to put it down there, population A. So this is going to be number, or I'm just going to put organisms. And then I'm going to write species. Okay, so that's population A. I'm going to put population B over here to kind of spread it around, plus to kind of keep the labels away from each other. Okay, I'll go back with my red. So I got, what am I at, 54 for this one. All right, so 54. I'll set it kind of right there. This is what I'm going to do. 54 is probably right about there. That wasn't a very straight line. Maybe I should have used my ruler on that one. Okay, kind of shade it in. All right, now I got to grab the green. Total species is 14. 14, what would that be at? Probably somewhere right around, I should read the ruler on this one. So 14 is probably right about there. Maybe a little higher. Okay, put a line right there, and a line right there. Shaded it in. Okay, so this one's organism. This one's species. All right, so there's my double bar graph with my made up numbers. So please don't bank yours on my numbers, all right? So label, label. Now we need to get a legend. Okay. So that would be species. And that would be organism. Now that I think about this, I don't even need to put these labels down here. Because that's the whole point of the legend. Organism, species, that can go away. So basically I just have population A, population B. Oh, I was off screen, sorry. Okay, so I scratched out organisms and species there because that's the whole point of having the green and the red, because I got the legend there. All right, now the title is going to go there. Remember, a title is basically, and I'm going to just write description of what is being shown. All right, and I'm going to leave that up to you guys to figure that out. So, to recap real fast, I labeled our axes. Title a graph appropriately. I at least have like the description of what it's supposed to be. Include a key or legend. Did that right there. Used a ruler. There we go. Good luck, guys. Have a wonderful 3-day weekend. See you guys on Monday.